I want you to be very, very quiet. We're about to enter Gaz's kitchen and lounge room. And the door opens. Ha ha! What have we got here? This is the lounge room part, a part of the cooking arena, the clean dishes department. Yes. Ha! And what have we got here? An air conditioner in the wall with a broken front and a great little oven, not to mention a refrigerator, and of course the main entertainment unit. And tonight, folks, you're in for a great surprise, because tonight we are going to cook Gaz's first, you hear me, first pumpkin pie. Oh, you're in for a surprise tonight. And now let me show you through some of the ingredients. Hang about. Okay, now I'm just showing you that I have a recipe here that come from my good lady friend over in Newfoundland, who is a proven manufacturer of pumpkin pie. Now it says on there, the first thing is 1/3 cup of evaporated milk. Now I got to tell you something. This evaporated milk, it's kind of seen better years. The expiry date says November 2005. It's currently 2010, so we're going to just hope that it's all right, okay? And then it says 4 cups of pumpkin, so we're pretty right with the pumpkin. Then it says, let me see what it says, oh, 1/2 teaspoonful of cinnamon. Cinnamon, okay, I got that. And then it says, what does it say next? Sugar to taste. We're going to put a couple of tablespoons of sugar in. 1 hen fruit, down here is the hen fruit. 1 hen fruit, okay. Now I've missed something. We've got to put in 1/2 teaspoonful of nutmeg. There's the nutmeg. And we've got to put in 1/2 teaspoonful of allspice. Well, I have got Asian seasonal. That's all I could find. I'm sorry, but that's the best I can do. And of course, we've got to have some butter, dairy soft butter. And the main ingredient is thickened cream after it's been cooked. Okay? So I guess the first thing I got to do is see if this creamy evaporated milk is any good. So let's just see what happens when we puncture this and wind this around. Looks good so far, because I haven't got the lid off. Oh, it smells rank. It smells not real good. So at this juncture, I feel that we have to postpone the cooking of this beautiful pumpkin pie until I can get some. So I'm very sorry about this, but we'll be back to it on our next session. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you again next week. Well, so exciting. After that debacle with the milk, I went up to the shopping centre and look what I got. A brand new one with a use by date 2011. So this should be alright. While I was away, I also got some allspice. Allspice, you can see the allspice. Yes, and I have to tell you that the eggs that I was showing you before, they were, how do you say, they were August dated, and it being November, and so I got a cup and put water in it and a couple teaspoons of salt, and they were meant to sink to the bottom. However, they floated. So I now have a new handful of free range eggs. So I guess the first thing we've got to do is to tear this pumpkin apart, which I might add is done thus and so. Got it. Then we chop it thus and so. Oh, crying out loud, whoever made this pumpkin put too much sand and cement in it. Now, just to save you from all the gory details, I might just turn this off while I de-seed it. But just so you can have a look at how it's done in the bush. Whoops. That's one piece, and then we'll do it like this, because I assume the recipe inferred that it doesn't have the skin on it. Okay. Oops, left a bit. For crying out loud. Haha, yes. This being pumpkin. Alright, now that we've got that done, we are going to chop. Yeah, we're just going to chop away because that's what we do here. And we figure that over in Newfoundland, they buy this stuff in tins. They don't seem to realise that pumpkin grows on the vine. They think it comes out of a tin. And here I am, I'm going to prove it, you see. Anyway, I've got a little bit of work to do here, and so I don't waste your television time, I will return in a little while. Okay, and now we're going to add a little bit of water to the pot, thus and so. And then we put the lid on the pot, thus and so. And if I can just turn the camera around here. Oh, what have we got? Oh, yeah. And into the microwave. Oops, let me just turn this down a little bit. Thus and so. No. Oh, why won't this thing work when I want it to work? I'll try it this way. How about this? Thus and... Oh, dang nabbit. What am I looking at? Ah, there it is in the microwave. We close the lid and we set this at whatever it is and we press start. So, as it turns out, we've let this stand for, whoops, where is it there? We let this stand for a couple of hours to hope all the moisture will go away from it. And if you just hang about, we'll see what happens next. And now we put it in here. Whoops. Get out of there. Then we get the smasher basher. And we see, oh, it's not properly cooked down the bottom. Wow. Wait till Vera hears about this. I can see that I'm going to have to get out the heavy duty one. Oh, I dropped a bit on the floor. Just hang on a minute. We'll pick that back up. There we go. Nobody will be able to find out. I'm going to have to get the electric one. Oh dear. Woo-wee. So now we have the electric one. It seems like it needs to have a bit of a rings and bearings. Wow. Now let me just read the notes and see what happens next. Now here we go, a third of a cup of this kind of milk. Oh, is that a third? Maybe just a little bit more. Oh, that'll do. Drop him in. Don't know what you meant to do with the rest of it. And it says let me just see here, a teaspoon of cinnamon. That looks like a teaspoon. Put a teaspoon of cinnamon in there. Oh. A little bit extra won't hurt. I like go on, let's put another half a bit in. It's very good for blood sugar, cinnamon. Now, I better go and see what else I got to put in here. Allspice and nutmeg. So here we have nutmeg. What does it say? A half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon of nutmeg. Oh, yeah, that's about a little bit more. It's got lumps in it. Okay. And the next thing is allspice. Half a teaspoon of allspice that hasn't been opened yet. How come they didn't tell me how to do this before the program started? Dang nabbit. Ha. See, I am good at these things. Here we go. Oh, it's pretty juicy, pretty heavy duty. Half a spoon of allspice. Better not put too much in. It's pretty juicy. Now what have we got to do? Sugar. 1/3 of a cup of sugar. I better go and get the sugar. If you don't, run away for a minute. And now we need 1/3 of a cup of CSR white sugar. That's about 1/3 of a cup. Now it actually says to, let me see what it says here. Melt the butter, beat the egg and sugar together in a middle-sized bowl. Well, I haven't got a middle-sized bowl, so the best thing I can do is to put the sugar in thus. Now I put the egg in thus. Oops, bit of a mess there, but that's the way. There's a little bit of eggshell, won't hurt anybody, will it? Now, there's a little bit of something in the bottom of this. We should pull that out. Right at this very moment, as we speak, I am warming the egg. Beg your pardon, the butter. Well, it's thin now, let me tell you. And we'll pour that in there. Now we're going to give it the squirter with this. All right, hang on tight.